You know, they move to the country, but really they don't want anything to do with the country in the form of noises, smells, or, you know, it's like, if you're going to come up to this area, there's going to be certain things that are here that you might have to put up with. It hasn't happened yet, but, you know, with all the new housing moving in and around the areas, you know, you shouldn't really be able to turn up in an area and kind of go, oh, actually now that I'm here, I don't like this.
That was another matter I was concerned about because they start at 4 o'clock in the morning. A lot of apartments around here now. Just that we were getting too many complaints about the noise issues, about the little colonies setting up in residential areas. Just getting too confident and being quite cheeky.
It's called balance, and life is all about balance. On many different levels, to me, life is all about balancing various things on various levels in various ways. The piece is quite poignant in where it stands, in that one's got a balance of the urban areas and the rural areas, blending and mixing and trying to keep a balance.
We have done, yes, I'll be frank, we have done culling in here, we had to. But now we've got it down to a number, a reasonable number, we can cope with that. But when we had 200 or 300 birds, that was a different matter.
Well, the chickens were here before anyone else, so it's really their place. I mean, it's their home. But the park is huge, so you know, you don't really notice how many there are.
And so he's quite significant. In other words, are the roosters purely going to end up as a sculpture standing here, or are we actually, as an environment, managed to keep this wonderful area with this, with the roosters that are around, and that rural feel within an urban environment?
The birds began to be dumped probably over 20 years ago, just in small numbers. And that became tolerable to the businesses and the shops around here. As time ticked on, those numbers just swelled to a point, probably 5 years ago, we had a couple of hundred roosters here. And they were beginning to set up little colonies around Albany. At that point, we were getting the occasional contractor in to sort of do discreet culling, probably taking the roosters out of trees in the evenings and put them into bags and take off. No noise, no issue. So I got quotes for physically catching the birds with nets and having them euthanized.
Yeah, they can be a nuisance in the shop when they're crapping on the carpets, but yeah, they come and they sit in this plant pot here and scratch around. Yeah, now if I'm sitting at the bench working away here and I'll hear like a little scratching noise, you ignore it first up, and when you actually get up and you see some, I mean, a bloody great rooster trying to sit into a little wee pot like that, scratch around. I guess they're looking for worms or whatever chickens eat.
They do, at lunchtime, come up to the restaurants and the cafes, and they hone in around all the people eating outside. Peter, the groundsman, he tries to feed them once a day right down the very back so that they know they're going to get fed, so it keeps them out of the village. We had a chookie come in, and it was a Saturday morning. We only have 2 staff on in the shop and 3 in dispensary, and they didn't realise that there was an actual chook in the shop, and they heard this noise, came out and had a look, and right over in the back of the shop it had actually laid an egg. But we've never told anybody because it's not the place to have an egg laid. In a pharmacy, the health department will probably have fits.
You know, hello, here comes a lot of young ones. It's very comfortable, Simon. It's a hen with her new lot of, and they've survived. That's fine, that's fine. We are allowing a percentage of the population to remain here.